Greetings, everyone. This is Fenella from We Companions here in Southern California. And I would like to launch our YouTube channel with a very, very special interview today. Come on.
I'm hiding.
This is my good friend Saskia.
Hi, Fenella.
And you probably already knew it would be Saskia because this setting is very familiar if you follow Saskia on her YouTube channel or on her Facebook page for any of her videos. And some of you may know that we're actually friends from long, long ago. And
We're soul sisters.
We are soul sisters. We're sister rescues and we support each other. And Saskia has just done something totally nuts in my book. I'm sorry, Saskia. I mean, why?
Well,
why?
listen, it's not like we are normal people.
No, that's
to start
true.
with, okay? I mean, so go on.
All right. So Saskia called me in and said something's going to go down. And I thought it went down a few years ago. When I heard about a big rescue Saskia was doing up in Northern California. And maybe you can just tell us a couple of, a little bit about that first rescue you did and when that was.
I think that's about 3 years ago now. I'm really bad at math, but I think it's 3 or 3.5 years. It's been a while. So I got a call from Animal Control in Northern California, and they said they had an issue with a particular family gentleman who had a whole bunch of guinea pigs that needed to be rescued, that needed to get away from this situation. So she said he has just way too many, and we're thinking like maybe if we can just bring the numbers down, that would really help. And I thought, okay, you know what, I will do so, but on one condition, and that is that I'm taking every single female.
Cool. Yeah.
That I put an end to any breeding that's happening right now. Otherwise, I am just enabling, and I just don't want to come back here. I just not, So they said, okay, that's fine. So we went there, and it's a 12-hour drive. It's very far, with our horse trailer and a whole bunch of U-Haul boxes. And we were told there were going to be about 200 guinea pigs there.
I was going to say, how many did you expect to take?
200. And we thought, oh, easy. We're just going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to just like load them up and we're going to go home straight away. But then when I got there, and if you see the earlier videos as well that are on our YouTube channel, you can just Google NorCal Rescue. My face was just like, I'm walking around this place and I couldn't believe it. And as I'm walking from room to room.
They were inside or outside?
They were both.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both. They were inside and outside. And I'm like, well, there's at least 200 right there. And then let me see over there. That's 300 right there. And my estimation kept going up as I'm walking around this property. Now the males were separated, but the females were all kept in kind of like, these little pools, kiddie pools.
Yeah, the plastic pools.
The plastic pools that were all like, a bigger one on the bottom and then smaller. It was like a whole tower of kiddie pools.
Like a wedding cake.
Yeah, exactly. And the sad thing was that in every single one of those, I found viable males were breeding with these.
So
females.
they weren't separated, essentially.
They were not separated, no, but they were not all together. The males at least were on the floor, but they were not in a good state, and I was just heartbroken because I couldn't bring them. I could not. We took about, I don't even know.
Wasn't it 400?
400 or so
you brought
females,
400.
and we estimated 80% of those to be pregnant. And actually, the number turned out to be 725, I believe.
That was after they all gave birth?
No. This was at the location.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there were that many guinea pigs because we did count every single one. We applied ivermectin and so what I thought was going to be a quick 2-hour in and out, because 200 guinea pigs, we've done that before. It's easy. But then we realized, okay, I think we need to book a hotel and come back in the morning and rethink this whole strategy, because it wasn't a lot more than 200. So we did. We came back, we packed up all the females. We had to leave all the males, save for a few that were in really bad shape that we did bring home to and they did. We did place homes, find homes for those. And then drive all the way back for 12 hours. It was horrific.
And then get 400 guinea pigs settled.
And then get them all settled, yeah. So as I'm there, I'm calling people down here and saying, oh my goodness, you guys, go and set up stalls, and they got to be, it was, everyone was great. We all got it done when we arrived, everything, the stalls were good. And we're lucky that we have these stalls, because of the horses.
These are the horse stalls, yeah.
The horse is not very happy because they had to be put in the outdoor stalls, but they're in the barn. Nice, it's cool. We can get it really cool in the summer, and it's nice and warm in the winter. Anyway, all those females started having their babies, and in the end we counted, and we didn't do all that by ourselves, because they went to a lot of rescues, took a whole bunch of females.
Yeah, I think we took
a whole bunch.
A few, yeah.
It was just amazing. And I love this about the guinea pig rescues, is that we all work together here in the US, and there's not enough of us. That's another problem. That's a problem, but we all work together real amazing, and I love that. So definitely not, I can't take the glory for all of it, because I did we definitely did not have all of those girls give birth here, but the total count of all those females that we took, it came to 1,200 guinea pigs.
Oh my Lord, Saskia.
So, and then it took another year, but I don't even know how we did it, but in 1 year we found homes for 1,200, well, not 1,200, because some of them weren't here, but we did place 1,200 guinea pigs in a year. So that was a very interesting experience, and it was
Was it
hard.
your first really big rescue you've done?
Yeah, I mean, we do these rescues when there's maybe 50 guinea pigs in a bad situation, or you got to go down the backyard and catch guinea pigs, that kind of thing, and there's a there's some breeding going on, but nothing like this ever. I do believe this is the largest recorded rescue of guinea pigs in the United States.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because recorded. There might have probably been more somewhere, or but there's just no record of. So yeah, and then it was crazy, and we did get a lot of press, which was good, because that did enable us to find people who came to do the adoptions. A lot of
You
people
got donations though too,
we got
didn't
donations.
you? Some great people.
Yes,
yeah.
We got donations.
I remember seeing all the packages arriving.
Yes,
and
on our
things
wish
like that.
list. It was amazing, because we were overwhelmed. It was just, oh my goodness. We thought we were picking up only this many, and then to come home with all these pregnant females. And you know what? From day one, they started having babies, and there was not one day there was not a baby being born.
Oh.
Every day. The babies were like, oh, more babies today? Okay.
Oh,
Seriously, it was just, it was quite crazy.
But you always look back on those situations with through rosy lenses almost, about what an amazing experience it was, and we managed it, and we placed all these animals, but it must have been, you must have had some tough days, some hard moments.
It's almost like PTSD, to be honest, in a way, because it was insane. It was the whole world just, to me, went insane, because we had to hire more people. We had to buy all this other stuff. Everything we were used to doing was upside down. To rethink the whole strategy and how we were doing things. So it was really, really tough. It was such hard work. I remember just being exhausted, but still going out there and doing it, when volunteers weren't enough, or someone was off sick or something. It all comes down to essentially me and Gabriel. We ultimately are responsible for everything. So yeah, it was really, really hard, but again, you know, you do remember all
you remember the
good stuff,
the positive things about it. And you know, I mean, you've been doing rescue work ever since then. I know you've done a lot of slightly smaller rescues, but still big rescues. And then I heard a rumor that this situation was coming up again. And I know at some point you said to me, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not involved anymore. I'm not helping. So what changed?
Well, what happened is he was breeding again. This gentleman started breeding again. I mean, it wasn't like there was a judge who had, you know, issued a judgment of you can't do this anymore, you can't have any guinea pigs anymore.
Right.
So it wasn't like that. So there was really nothing to stop him other than his word, which he promised me, looked me in the eye, said, no, I'm not going to breed anymore.
Was that a failure on animal control's part, do you think, that it didn't go through a legal system the first time?
Well, they tried very hard, because I worked very closely, and even over the years when he started to start up again, I was constantly in touch with animal control, and saying, what's going on, and she would just, you know, go visit and see what's going on. And she, like, you know, the problem was that there wasn't legally anything they could do, and it was really hard for people to understand that.
Yeah.
Because they weren't really like obvious. Okay, when it's obvious, when the animals are not getting fed, when they are not having shelter, there is no water, there's no food. Now
neglect
that
and
is
abuse,
obvious neglect,
yeah.
and that is something that's a whole different ballgame. But he just had too many guinea pigs. The small town did not have an ordinance for the amount of pets, guinea pigs, one could have in a home.
So he wasn't doing anything illegal.
He wasn't
at that time,
right?
Yeah.
So it's not like they can just. Of course, we all knew that they were not getting the best of care, but he really wasn't breaking any rules or any. And so a lot of people did not understand that. They were not. They just didn't get it. Like, man, you just see, you know, the animals don't look good. Just go in and confiscate them. Well, that's actually something that you can do, because
really complicated.
Yeah,
they're another person's property.
Exactly.
Sadly.
So that becomes very, very, very difficult. And then I said, yeah, I'm not going to get involved again, because I know everybody was up in arms about it, and I said, no, there's absolutely no way, unless I know that this is going to be ending. This is going to end. I'm not just going to go in and just take a few more while he just continues breeding.
Yeah,
it's not helping anybody. So no, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. And that's the way to do it, actually. I mean, you can't just tough love. You can't just, you know, keep enabling and no. So we weren't going to do that. But then he started like a YouTube channel as well.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean he started a YouTube?
Well, the thing is that when we took all the animals, and I remember when I was on site, I was very aware not to photograph the family, so you will not see the faces of the people. And even though I was given permission to film everything, I very deliberately did not film his face or his wife or his minor child's face. They would have been fine to have me do that, but I thought that is not going to serve any purpose. So, so I just skirted around everything, and but anyways, so he then realized the backlash when I took the animals, and of course the press were interested. Companies wanted to do interviews about this huge rescue we did
with you, as opposed to
with me, and I just said yes, please, because we need all the donations we can get. So the more exposure we can get, the more donations, because that cost us like over $50,000-$60,000
easily
to just get through that period with these pigs. So he then started kind of. I only saw that much later, but he got a little upset about the fact that we were charging a donation fee, and he thought we were
making money,
a lot of money on his guinea pigs. Yeah. So he went from being very cooperative and to being upset.
Yeah.
So that also meant that there was no way I could be invited back on the property as well. So anyway, so he thought, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And he started a YouTube channel where he would take all the boys on the floor. He would open a door and they would all come running toward the food, and they were all like, you know, eating whatever the food he put out. And then it did actually quite okay. You know, it's no longer there. It's still there, but there's no more videos being added, of course.
Yeah.
But I was surprised because there's some people who, you know, when you see the video, you just see a bunch of cute guinea pigs. If you know what you're looking for,
right?
Like you and I would look at that video and go, oh goodness, look at him. Oh geez, he's got no eye, or he's limping, and look at the bite wounds on that one. You and I would be able to tell that something wasn't quite right. But a lot of the public would just see cute guinea pigs, right?
Yeah.
So
and squeaking and eating and piggy lips.
And then there were some people that said, listen, you know, why have all of them so many bite wounds? That did notice, and you know, he kind of gave some answers that were kind of, I don't know, all over the place. They seemed very verbose and odd. And anyway, so where were we? Okay,
so he had started his YouTube channel. You said, I'm not having anything more to do with this.
Yes.
And then how did we get to today?
Okay, so we get to today, and I cannot tell you too much about this. And this is because it is an ongoing criminal investigation. I got a phone call to say that I can come and pick up the guinea pigs, finally. But because it is an ongoing criminal investigation involving multiple agencies, I cannot say anything about it. I have no footage actually from when I was there to pick them up. But so what I can say is that we went there and we got all of the guinea pigs.
Are you sure you got all of them?
Well, no, this is a very valid question, because there were some that were hiding under a motorhome.
Oh, no.
You know, and so no, I don't know if we got all of them. Because they did have access inside and outside. So I think maybe there might have been one or two that we could not catch. I know Animal Control placed traps, and she was coming back every single day to see if she caught them. So I'm hoping that she did. Because they do, you know, tend to be pretty good guinea pigs to catch them. You put a trap out, they're actually pretty good going in them. But yeah, we did. So total was, and here again with my number dyslexia, 180 males, 75 females.
And most of those pregnant, I would think, or at least on Pregnancy Watch.
Yes. So there were no males in there when I got there, and that's because Animal Control told me that she already pulled out juvenile males.
Oh.
2 juvenile males, and all the females were all together in a huge group. So I'm expecting there's going to be quite a few pregnancies, but and there's a few that look visibly pregnant. So yeah, I'm sure, but I don't know, and I'm hoping that it's nothing like last time, where every single one had all these babies. We haven't had babies yet. It's been 2 weeks.
Right. I mean, the numbers are not as high, but you're still watching those females for being pregnant. And I know, I don't know, are you allowed to share some of the medical problems that you're dealing with right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So the odd thing is that the females look beautiful. You saw them. They are really gorgeous. There are no major issues with the females. The problem is with the boys, because the boys were all together, 180 of them.
Smelling the females.
And they're all together on the floor, doing their thing. They're just, you know, roaming around and waiting for food. And from what I understand is that the food consisted of, a lot of times, consisted of bread and raw potatoes. Now, weren't you always thought that raw potatoes were like poison and toxic to guinea pigs? Yeah, well, I guess not. But don't feed it.
How did they survive?
How did they survive? Yes.
But there are complications from that kind of diet, you're saying?
Absolutely. So we see a lot of bad teeth, brown teeth, malocluded teeth, teeth that are just brown. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? When it's like brown, it's almost like those are genetic issues, I always say, when I see the brown teeth.
Yeah.
One boy had an overgrown molar and I trimmed it, and the piece that I trimmed off his molars that was sticking out was literally, I could do this and it just dissolved into little pieces. It was that bad. So yeah, we've seen a lot of bad teeth issues from the terrible diet. You know, bread is not a guinea pig food, potatoes aren't, so we see a lot of scurvy. So they're on a high C diet, which is great, and they're looking so much better already. A lot of bite wounds on their butts,
which is typical for large herds of males.
Yes,
because they fight each other because of hormones.
And the weak ones are always the ones who are going to be picked on. So again and again and again on the same spot on their butt, you're going to get some really bad and horrible bite wounds. Broken legs is another one we're seeing. Now that is the one that had me baffled, because broken legs, goodness, with awful arthritis. So a lot of those broken legs that just were not set right, that healed weird. So we have a lot of guinea pigs that are really severe special needs. Eyes, you're going to be hard pressed to find some guinea pigs that have two eyes.
Yeah, most of them lost one eye at least.
Lost one eye at least, or have some kind of eye injury. So yeah, no, we have our hands full with this bunch.
You really do, because even because what I see in rescues is that you get them back and they're compromised at that point, and then once they actually start to get some really good nutrition in them and they get space and they're feeling stronger and feistier, the aggression actually can get worse from some of them, can't it?
Right, absolutely. And that's what we're concerned of now, because we have them divided. We have two groups. We have the group that is okay, and then we have the group that are the older males, the really very badly compromised piggies that, you know, can still live on the floor but are being watched like a hog. And then of course we have on the tables, we have our what we call our ICU, with all the medical pigs. So, and we have a big board that, you know, shows where everybody is, what everybody gets, and then of course the bite wounds on the face. That's another one that we're seeing a lot of. So bite wounds where the lips are just not really exist anymore. The ears are like barely there, because that's the first thing they go for, are the ears, if they're all living together. And of course having to fight for that little bit of food, you know, that will just get plonked somewhere, and then they all have to go and try and fight their way and claw their way to get to where the food is, and you will see it in some of those videos. That doesn't help, because they were fighting over the food. So what we do now actually is we feeding twice a day, we feeding dinner twice a day, and dinner here is green, so they're getting lots of high C, lots of high calcium foods, nutritious foods twice a day. And we have noticed though that because they don't have to compete for the food, that has calmed them down. But as you were saying, at the same time, we do feel like they're getting to feel better.
I saw a couple of feisty ones having a bit of a standoff in there.
So we are slowly picking them out when we're seeing that, hey, you're starting to feel really good, buddy. So, and we have to do it that way, because we, you know, you cannot just put two nails together and expect them to get along, as you know.
They have to be supervised to see if it's going to work.
Right, they have to. So that's what we're trying to do, is to actually make bonds now and then start trying to adopt them out. So
180 males, many of which are special needs, whether that's lost an eye or previously broken leg with arthritis or a wound that is slowly healing. Having also been in the rescue, this prospect is overwhelming, but this is the goal, isn't it, for these guinea pigs, that despite their special needs, the hope is that they will all find loving forever homes. I know you did your first adoption of one, I think, yesterday. Yes, we saw the video for that. And, in time, more and more will come up for adoption, and you will be sharing, that information when those animals become adoptable. In the meantime, we're talking, needing a lot of support for that too, right? Not only in the medications, the vitamin C, the bedding, the hay, the food,
the greens,
the vet care if needed.
Goodness.
I mean, it's. I don't think anyone really realizes.
Understands how much. Yeah. Even just to get rid of the trash, how much that costs actually.
Yeah.
Because we fill it up and it goes in these big containers, and that's like what, $600-700 a month. It's just for trash removal,
just to get rid of the dirty bedding and everything.
Many. There's a lot of, and the shavings that we have to buy. Of course, there's a lot that goes, and a lot of people just don't realize that. Yeah. So it is an enormous financial responsibility that we've taken on. But the community has been wonderful. It really has.
Yeah. Guinea pig people are the best.
Yes. Yes.
They are the best.
Absolutely. Very kind. And I'm getting letters from people from all over, and I love it. I really do. And I read these letters, and I'm such a soppy git, as we say in England, and I'm like crying reading these letters, because it's like, oh gosh, it's so sweet. It's like someone who just like doesn't have a lot of money and has 2 jobs trying to make ends meet and sends a $10 check, and that's a lot. I cry. I do, because I see the sacrifice and the love there, So I'm not just making this up because it sounds like really weird, maybe, but I do. I'm really like that. It's like, oh my, you can ask Ursula, because I do that quite a bit. It's like, oh my gosh, I really feel that deeply, and that is beautiful. It's beautiful, and that is what really, helps us be able to do this. Because without that financial support, there's no way that.
And you'll continue to put up, maybe on your website, your social media, your YouTube channel, you'll be sharing, those ongoing needs, won't you, to keep people aware that these
are still
here. They're still needing care, and we still need homes for these wonderful piggies. Once
because
they
these are
become
not going to
ready.
be as easy as the other ones, who were all beautiful females with babies, and these are all males that have endured
these are real rescues,
endured years and years of an abusive situation that is not fixed in a day, if can be fixed at all. So they're going to be here for a while, and we'd love for people to consider adopting some of those.
Absolutely. So let me ask you one more question.
Okay, one more, that's it.
no about knockout. Would you do it again?
Yes.
And this is why rescuers are crazy people,
yeah.
because we'll keep putting ourselves through
yes.
these
We'll
challenges,
do it again.
right?
And it's a total challenge
for the animals.
But what I'm realizing, Fenella, is that we are making, you, me, California, we're making a huge impact on our local communities. We are taking animals from people, from private parties. We're taking animals in from the shelters when they arrive. But you know, I am more and more becoming aware of the need to actually educate more, to reach more people about why you shouldn't buy from a pet store.
But that's what you do a lot of, Saskia.
I do, but I'm planning some more bigger campaigns actually around that. I've been taking testimonials from people that come here with sick guinea pigs that they got from the babies, because they always come with the babies, and they're just sneezing, or they have ringworm is usually the thing. And I'm do a testimonial, 60 seconds. Tell me about your experience.
Good.
And they say, well, got it from the pet store, and then they told me that they would take it, and I said, no, I love this one. I'm not going to give it back to you, because they have to literally sign it back to the store. Then they go to the private doctor, and then they spend all the money, and this whole story, we've heard it a million times, but the general public hasn't. So I have about hours of videos, just testimonials of people that went to the pet store, one of the two big ones, and I'm going to make a video out of that. And I'm going to these are just local submissions. I'm going to open up the website for national submissions as well. It's going to be hours and hours and hours of family after family telling us that they bought a sick guinea pig. Now there's one thing for the crazy guinea pig lady to go say, hey guys, this is what happens, don't do it. But it's another for all these other people to be telling the same story over and over.
To step forward and tell
their real story.
Yeah.
So I'm doing more and more of that stuff. I want to focus on that, and I want to actually make that difference on the national level, and not just helping the animals locally on the local level. Well, I'm never satisfied with just I always got to get everything bigger and better.
I know you're very driven, Saskia. You're very driven, and you've done these amazing things. But what worries me is, do you ever get time to cuddle with your piggies?
No.
Oh,
I don't. No, I don't. It's horrible.
You need to.
I know.
I mean, that's why you do it, for the love of the guinea pig,
we were just talking about that today. It's like I am all the day long. I am stressing out, and I'm like trying to figure out how to get the finances we need. I'm behind a computer working my butt off, and I don't actually get to spend a lot of time with my own guinea pigs. And it's because, well, 2 passed away. I have 3, and that's crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah.
But I just look at it, it's just, I probably shouldn't have any piggies, to be honest, because I didn't for the longest time, because I wanted those cages available for others. But because it's okay. I know, because I'm fighting so hard. It's okay if I can cuddle all of them.
Yeah.
And I do, of course I do. I pick them up all day long. I do. But my own piggies, it's not like, I spend lots and lots of time that I probably should be. Does it sound weird, like I'm a bad guinea pig owner? Is that what it's sounding like now? They're right there, right? And I'm always working on the table, so I'm interacting with them all the time because they're right behind me.
Yeah.
But like cuddle time, watching movie time and stuff, I don't have time for movies, so I'm constantly working. But that's just what it is, and that's just my personality.
Well, if you were a movie person, and I love movies, I watch the beginning of a lot of movies, and then I just fall asleep on the couch anyway. I never get to the end because I'm just too darn tired.
I know. It's exhausting.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of all guinea lovers everywhere, thank you so much for all the rescues you do, especially these special needs ones that you've taken in, and you probably know it's going to be for the long haul. But I know your commitment is strong, and I just want to thank you as a colleague, fellow rescuer, because I can't do it right now. I don't have the space, and we're full in San Diego too. It's an issue. So thank you for everything that you do, and we look forward to more videos and classes and education
and all the other stuff I'm planning.
Yeah, I know you got lots and lots of plans.
Thank you for being my bestie.
We're besties. Cheers, everyone.